Hey, it's Heather. I haven't done a get ready with me in a while, and I had some time this morning, so I thought I'd get the camera out. I'm having some trouble figuring out camera, placement to film in my bathroom. It's there's no other way to do this. You're up on my little tray that holds my perfume, and there's no other place to put you, and I don't know. So I'm hoping this is okay. This is the best I can do. But so I had some time this morning. It is Monday morning. I do have an appointment at 10:30. It's about 9:15 right now. So I got a few things done around the house, and now I'm gonna get dressed. I did pick my granddaughter up from school today, so that's not till this afternoon. So I thought, since I had a few minutes and I need to get dressed anyway, that I'd pull out the camera. I want to mention real quick that Teami Blends reached out to me, and I use their tea. I love their tea. I have been doing the cleanse. I didn't do it right. I didn't do it consistently because I was on the RV for some of that time, and any of you that have ever done a colon cleanse, you know that you want to be home for that. So I need to get back to that, but I love their butterfly tea. I love their teas in general, and I love their tumblers, and I love the portability of it. They reached out to me again though and asked me if I was interested in trying out their Tea Infused Konjac Sponges. They sent me the green tea, the lavender, and the chamomile. So the one I love all these scents together, but I started with the green tea. I'm going to read to you what the back of this says. Konjac is a 100% natural sponge, which is a soft texture, making it gentle, safe, and will not scratch while washing away dirt and oil from skin. Our green tea Konjac sponge contains no harmful chemicals and is perfect for all skin types. How it works. Now can you hear that? It's hard. It says soak the sponge with warm water until expanded. So I'm going to start my water here. It takes about a minute, I think, so I'm going to do that while I read the rest of this. Massage your face with the sponge in a circular motion. After use, rinse sponge and press it between your hands to drain out the water. Hang in a dry place when not in use. Natural ingredients are purified water, Konjac root powder, and green tea powder. And you replace it every 2 to 3 months. So clearly I have 9 months worth of sponges here. It's already almost soft enough. I've used this a few times, and I find that if I hang it right here on the end of my mirror, that it's perfect. All right, already soft. So it does have this little string, and you squeeze some of the water out. Now the first night that I did it, I didn't put anything on it. I just massaged around my face. And what I have on my face is just the stuff that I put on my face before I go to bed at night. My retin-A's, some serums, my night cream or whatever. And I don't know, I just feel like this kind of loosens it up. It feels like it's a massage. It's a very textured sponge. Can you see that? But it feels really nice. So I just kind of do this to loosen things up a little bit, even over my eyes. I can hear, it sounds like soap in there, but there's not. So do this. I feel like it just wakes up my skin a little bit. And then I'm gonna rinse it off, because now I've loosened up everything I slept in. And what I've been doing is I'm just adding a little drop of my face wash that I use. And I just kind of rub it into the sponge. And I'm just going to go back over it, because I feel like this is getting my cleanser down into my pores and getting things nice and clean. It's not super sudsing up, but I can see it on my face. I don't know if you can hear that. Sounds good. It just feels really nice. And I love the idea of deep cleansing my pores without a granular scrub. And I will use a granular scrub from time to time. I'll do I guess it's called a exfoliant. Sometimes I'll do a chemical exfoliant. Sometimes I'll do what is it called? A manual exfoliant, where the little granular things are. But I like this too, just for when I don't feel like my skin needs it. I don't get a lot of pimples. Thank God. I'm going to knock on some wood. Oh my word. Okay. So now I'm going to squeeze this out, rinse everything out of it underneath the sink. Squeeze it really good. and I'm just gonna hang it on the end of my mirror and let it dry. So now I'm just gonna splash my face with a little bit of water, just to rinse off any soap residue that's on there. Take my hand towel. All right. So once that kind of dries a little bit, then I'm gonna put a little bit of serum. I've got 3 different ones right now that I'm using. This is the Ordinary. I can't read anything, you guys. I'm gonna put on my glasses. The Ordinary niacinamide, 10%, and zinc, 1%. The Ordinary Matrixyl, 10%, and HA. And then the hyaluronic acid, 2%, and B5. I don't really have any rhyme or reason of how I do this right now. I just, whatever I feel like I need. Like last night, I did the hyaluronic acid. No, I didn't. I did the niacinamide last night. I don't even know what you're supposed to mix and what you don't mix. I just do like a cocktail on my face and whatever I feel. My eyelids are all wet. So this morning I'm gonna do the niacinamide, and I always do my serums first because they're the thinnest and they work the fastest on my face. They soak in the fastest. Oh, I forgot to tone. Well, I guess I'm not toning this morning. See what happens when I start talking? Normally I would tone after I wash my face, but I'm not going to waste this now. So, and I would normally be doing this in a tank top, so I would be doing my chest as well. I usually take my skincare, my face care, and just take it down to my chest as far as it'll go. So that's all I'm gonna do right there. And I've been trying to go through different face creams. I get a lot of samples, so I've been trying to use them up. And I have a little bin now that has quite a few empties in it, so I may do an empties video pretty soon. But I'm just grabbing from my stash and trying to use up. So for my eye cream today, I'm going to use the Algenist with hyaluronic acid. I'm just gonna tap a little bit of this underneath my eyes, and I do it on my eyelids too. And I get dry right here. So I'm gonna do a little there. And a little bit where my 11s are. And I also like to take my eye cream and kind of go over my top lip. Just right there. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And then I love how this cream works. I love how it plays with makeup. I do not love how this smells. It's the Algenist Genist Biotechnology from San Francisco. I do not like how this smells. I am trying to use it up. As you can see, my husband was in the bathroom with me when I was putting it on the other night, and he says, you need to throw that one away. And this is only about 6 months old, I think. But I just don't like to waste. I mean, I told him, skincare and makeup is very expensive, and I'm not a wasteful person. I don't feel like I'm a wasteful person. So I'm gonna use it up. Put a little of this down here on my chest. And I'm gonna give that a second to kind of soak in before I put on my sunblock. And I'm still using that same Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. So give me just a second, and I'm gonna let that soak in a little bit. I've been seeing several people using some sort of a handheld fan, whether it like be a shake fan or a low power fan. And I think they usually use that when they put their setting spray on to dry it faster, but I don't know. I would have to store that, and I don't have a lot of storage in my bathroom. All right, feels a little tacky, but we'll go ahead and put on the sunscreen. I do about that much, and I kind of go in dots around my face. And rub it in, and this works really well under makeup too. So I had asked you guys a while back if you had any questions, saying that I would answer what I was comfortable with answering. And I got a few questions, but the thing is they were like the same questions over and over and over. So virtually there's only 2 main questions. People want to know how long I've been married. September 17th, Adam and I celebrated our 8-year anniversary. We met online back in 2011. Our first communication was January 27th. First date was January 29th. We were engaged by March 8th and married by September 17th. So when I met him, just this feeling, I kept telling my friends that when I met the right person, I would know it. And everybody kept saying, no, that's not how this works. But I did. As soon as I met him, I felt like I was home, and he felt the same way, and we've been happily married. We have a great time together. Between us, we have 3 kids. I have 2 and he had 1. My oldest is my 28-year-old son, Billy. He's married and has my 7-year-old granddaughter. The middle child is his daughter, she's mine now too, Samantha, and she's 23 and she's married, but they live in another state. And then you all have met my daughter, Emily, who is 22, and she's now married too. So they're all married and starting families and whatnot. So that was the biggest question is, how long have I been married, and about my kids. So 3 kids, and we've been married for 8 years. The other question was my employment. Have I ever worked outside the home? Yes. My first job I got when I was 13 years old. And there's not been a time, other than like right after I've given birth, that I haven't worked since I was 13. Of course, as a teenager, I had the fast food restaurant jobs and whatever. When I was 17, I found out I was pregnant with my son. And 2 months after I had him, 2 months after I turned 18, I gave birth to him. So there was a short span of time where I was home for a few months and then I went back to work. But I chose to do things differently. Since I was a teenage mom, I didn't want to be away from him. So I chose not to go to college. I kind of kick myself for that now, but because of that, I have really great relationships with my kids. And I'm not saying that you can't go to college and have a career and whatever, but for my life, and probably somewhat to the detriment of my life, my whole world was my kids. So when Adam and I first met, he would say things like, have you seen such and such movie? And if it was rated R, I probably didn't, because I didn't see it without my kids. So I could tell you anything about Disney, but you know what I'm saying? So everything I did was, I coached soccer, I was the cheerleading coach, I worked at my daughter's dojo, I was the room mom. But what I did to supplement income at that time and still be able to be as active in our lives as I wanted to be, is I started a housekeeping business, and I did that for 13 years. I was able to set my schedule. I was able to work for a few hours a day and still be there. When my daughter was in 5th grade, which my son and my daughter are 6 years apart, 6 years and 4 days apart. All my kids are in June. My son is June 13th, my stepdaughter is June 14th, and my daughter is June 17th. I call them my June bugs. They were all born within a week of each other, just different years. So June is a very crazy month for us. And then my son-in-law is also in June, so June 26th. And my mom and my dad were also in June, but they're both deceased. Anyway, I'm rambling and I'm going off topic here. But I did, I cleaned houses and got it. I never advertised or anything. I was just on my referral, but that way I could go get something done and be back. When my daughter was in 5th grade, I pulled her out of public school and homeschooled her. Mainly because of the school systems. My daughter spent that entire year of 5th grade with a substitute teacher. Now the teacher she was supposed to have was fabulous, but her dad had some heart problems, had a heart attack or something, and she spent the entire year gone. She'd come back for 2 or 3 days and then she'd be gone and there'd be another substitute. Well, at that time, and I don't know if it's still the case, where my daughter went to school, the substitute teachers were just somebody like me going in that didn't have a lesson plan in mind. They were just following the lesson plans of somebody else. And every time I would say, how are things going, or is this something that we need to work on, the teacher really didn't have any information. And I just got tired of that. And I had dealt with a lot of that with my son too. But my son at this time was in high school, and I sure as heck wasn't going to pull him out in high school. So after a lot of discussion, I pulled her out and I homeschooled her through middle school. And then for her very first semester of high school, she wanted to try public school. So I let her go back to public school. She spent 1 semester there, and by Christmas she came home and said, I don't want to go back, I want to be homeschooled. So we did an online and accredited program, and she graduated a few months early, and that's done. So my world from the time that I was 17 to a few years ago was just about my kids and their activities and whatever. And I'm just now learning what I like and what I want to do. And so anyway, fast forward to, I still had my housekeeping business when I met my husband, and I did that for a while. And then, and he works for a large company, but he works from home. He's a regional manager, so he does have to travel from time to time, but not very often, which is really nice. We bought into small business together, and we bought into real estate, and that is how I make my income. He makes an additional income to what he currently does. So that answers the 2 main questions that I have been asked over and over again. So let me reach down here and grab my makeup. Whew. All right, I feel like I just told an entire life story there. Please do not judge my brushes have not been cleaned this week. It has been kind of a crazy week and weekend. Last weekend, not this past, a week ago, what did they say? My father-in-law says Monday week, which means a week from Monday, I think. So how do you say it in reverse? So it was not this past Saturday and Sunday, but the weekend before. We went camping with my granddaughter, and she loved it. We both got burnt. We're both healed fine now. I saw her last night. And we did not go camping this weekend because we had a wedding to go to, which was a beautiful wedding. It was hot. I mean, this is, end of September, you guys, and it is still in the mid to high 80s. And we were headed home yesterday. The truck temp said 98. So we got there, it was really hot, and once they said their I do's and their vows, and we went back into, there's like a big barn where they had their reception. We were in there, they'd gotten all their photos taken. I mean, it was like perfect timing. They came under to eat, and the heavens opened up, and we haven't had rain in over a month here. So that was really nice. All right, I'm going to use, these are something I've had for a while. This is the Healthy Foundation SPF 20. And these are by Physicians Formula, I believe. Yes, Physicians Formula. Let me tell you the colors I'm mixing 2 right now. MN4 is the darker one, and LN4 is the lighter one. So I use this kind of in a way where I pattern my face. I take the lighter one, and I've been going kind of just underneath my eyes, a little on my forehead, around this area, because I'm going to just mix it all together anyway. But around my eyes is where I kind of want the lightest to be. And I don't know that this does anything better than what just one solid foundation all over my face would be. I don't use concealer. It just looks dry and cakey. So then I take the darker one, and I'm going down like the center of my cheeks, underneath my cheekbone, and my temple area. And then I'm just going to put a couple of dots everywhere else. And I'm going to let my wet sponge do the rest of the work. So, you all probably already know that we bought an RV, and we've gone camping in it a few times now. We're having a great time. We're learning how everything works. We're also learning what not to do, what to do, and needs. And we're finding that the RV that we picked has a few little glitches, not in necessarily needing to be repaired, just things we didn't realize were going to be a problem for us once we got it. And I guess you wouldn't know these things until you aren't in it. So we are in the consideration process of trading it in for something that doesn't have these glitches. One of the biggest glitches, and this sounds completely ridiculous, but the air conditioning vents that are on the top, they condensate. And obviously where I live, we're going to be using the air conditioning most of the year. So when it collects the condensation on the top of the RV, I'll leave that out so I can wash it. It has to run somewhere. And it drains over the entry door, which is the only door on the RV. So there is a, not just a occasional drip, there is a constant stream, not a major stream, but a constant stream of water that runs directly over the door. So when you're going in or out of the camper, say you have food in your hand, you get food, your water all over your food, and that's not clean water, that's running from the top of the camper. So anything that's out there has now been doused in this water. It also seems to want to collect in the back bedroom air conditioning, and for some reason, and they said they could fix it, but it hasn't been fixed yet, when we close up the slides, the bed has to slide in. So when that air conditioning fills up or whatever's happening in there, it is pouring on our bed or dripping onto the bed. So there's a big puddle of water on the mattress in the bed. And when the slides are out, there's a puddle of water on the floor. So those are issues that, I mean, that's, especially the one on the bed, I don't want to sleep in a wet bed. And I don't know if that can be repaired or what, but the one on the door, there's, the way this one was built, there are no channels for it to run, for that water to run off. So that's where it drips on this one. And it's too bad. And there are a few other little things, like my shower is so little, I cannot bend over to shave my legs. And that's not a problem if it's a weekend camping trip. I'm just using the, what is this? Bitary, I guess it's the, let me just put the lid back on it so I can read. I just use this underneath my eyes, the hyaluronic hydra powder. I just use this to set underneath my eyes. I like the way it feels, and it's such a fine micro powder that you can't really even see that it's there. And maybe a little around my nose. What was I saying? Lord. Right here, I'm gonna use my powder here too. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. If you're only in a camp for the weekend, I can go a day or two without shaving my legs, but we want to do some week, 2 week, longer trips. And I'm gonna have to be able to shave my legs. And it is so narrow that I cannot, not only is it narrow, but the way the door opens up in the shower, it rounds off, so it takes a few of the inches that would be elbow space away. I cannot reach my legs to shave my legs. So we're looking into the possibility of upgrading the RV while the RV is still new and worth as more money, because it's going to lose value as we go. So that's actually been keeping my husband up at night. Honestly, he's the one who started talking about upgrading, not me. All right, so this is the Becca Capri Coast. As you can see, I got major pan going on, but I don't use this one in the winter. I only use it in the summer when I want to appear to be a little darker. I go with a lighter one in the winter. I think it's called Bali Sands, or I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I love, and I love the way it smells. But I figure since it's still in the mid to high 90s, I can get away with bronzing my face a little bit more and giving the appearance of a little bit of a tan. And I have a deviated septum, so I try to give the appearance of a straighter nose, because I do not want that surgery, by putting a little bit of bronzer on there. But I'm not going to have that surgery unless I absolutely have to, and right now I don't absolutely have to. After having my epidurals 2 years ago with my neck and then my knee surgery this year, I want a break. All right, as you can see, you can barely see my eyebrows, and this is with them microbladed on, you guys. So I'm kind of trying to use up a few things. I did use one up the other day. I think it was It Cosmetics. And I really like that one. I like the fine little tip of it, because I have very thin eyebrows. I can't make this big appearance, big, you know what I'm trying to say here. So I've been mixing a few things. This is the Estee Lauder, the Brown Multitasker in light brunette. I like the color of this. I do not like the shape of this wand. It's hard for me to use. I don't know if you can see that shape. It feels a little thick. So first I'm going to take the little spoolie on one end and I'm going to brush them up. And it's time to tip this way so I can see those little bitty hairs. And I'm just going to try to fill in a little bit. I guess this is where when the microblading was kind of a shading. Because I'm just kind of outlining the shading of that. I don't think I will get my eyebrows microbladed again. I don't feel like it was that effective on me. And I know it's not because I don't tattoo well, because I do have a couple of tattoos and that ink stayed fine. So I'm not sure what this is only, I mean, it's probably time for a touch up, but I don't want to, it wasn't worth going through the week of the scabs and all of that. So I didn't see that big of a difference. I still had to fill them in every day once the scabs healed. And that's kind of interesting when you're walking around with scabs above your eyes. All right. Not great, not even related here, but so what I'm going to do now is this Brow Contour Pro. It's by Benefit. It has the little, like the old pens did. Now the one, I was using the lighter shade Claire, is that what this is? Tint Claire, but it's gone. That one's empty. So what I've been trying to do is take this darker shade and make the appearance of little hairs. Because I'm having to draw on eyebrows where there are none. And then I go right up just a touch at the tip of my eyebrow there. And then last but not least, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is the soft browns. It's loose. It's come loose in my little thing. So now I've got it all over my thumb. And this is, it's supposed to be two different shades, but I kind of go between the two because the color I like is the mixture of the two. And I just try to go around and give myself a little bit more of a edge, I guess, of my eyebrow line. And I don't like this one. I need to fix this one. It's amazing how much eyebrows affect expression and, you know, the anchoring of your face. And I'm just doing this fast today. I got nothing. I'm just, you know, doing this. I have an appointment at 10:30, and then gotta leave and go get my granddaughter from school because her mother is out of town. All right, and then honestly, I don't know if this does any good, but I take my brush and I go back over. Oh, I did get some new brushes. These are from Thrive Cosmetics. I bought the big, you can see it needs to be washed. I bought the big set because I wanted to try them all. I don't even know if they're all in here. Oh, I'm just gonna knock everything all over the place here, you guys. I'm not gonna pull them all out, but I did buy the larger set so I could try them all. And so far, I really like them. I like that big, fluffy, kind of all over my face. All right, let's figure out, you know what, I'm gonna go simple. I've been taking this with me on the camper, mainly because it's nice and small, and I love the colors on the inside. I think they're great for fall. And somewhere I have a Lorac, here we go. I bought this. It is a potted, it's not really a liquid, but it's more of a shimmer. This one's in the color Lace. It's also loose in there. So I'm just going to take, I think I want to do the shimmer today because it is still summery hot outside, even though it's technically fall. I can't find, here we go, I'll use this one. A little bit on this, and I just like to put this over on my lower, my movable lid. I don't know why I'm liking the shimmers right now, but this one, it's really nice because I don't seem to have any fallout. It's not all in my wrinkles underneath my eyes. Ooh, it's really loose in there. Alright, I just kind of bring it up to the crease area because in the crease I'm going to end up putting a different color. So this way I can blend the two and I don't have like some harsh line. I'm not very good at this, but I do really like that color. I don't know if you can see it. I tend to do a natural look just about every day. Now, that being said, yesterday I did do blue. I don't remember which palette I used. Oh, I used, was it this one? Yes, it was the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Essentials. I like this also for travel. These smaller palettes are great for the RV, but I used this blue in my crease yesterday and then to also line my eyes, and I really liked it. So I like taking those two with me. I think those are the two I took with me the last time we went camping. I do have this little bitty, I need to go through my brushes and weed out the ones that I use very often because they make them very hard to find the ones I want. I think it's, no, it's not that one. It's similar to that one. This one is It Cosmetics. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's just a little, I call that a crease brush, but I don't even know that it is. And then I have this fluffy one by It Cosmetics. It's the one I always use just to do a light color. And I like to mix, I don't want it to be too white up there or too taupey. So I've been mixing the Bare right here and the Linen together. And those two together seem to make the perfect brow bone shade. I'll just put that up at the top. Good. And then I'm going to take my, you know what, it's probably still got blue on it from yesterday. It does, so this is going to be an interesting color. Put it on my, I need to clean my brushes. I just haven't had time. I think I'm going to go with the chocolate or the corduroy. I'm going to go with chocolate. And I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. It is like the darkest brown that's in here. And I'm going to put it on the corner of my eye and go inwards. I'll blend that in a minute. So anyway, let's go back to the whole RV search. We have 4 contenders. 3 of them are in Texas. 1 of them is in Georgia. Thing is, Texas, it's a better price. You kind of get more bang for your buck at that dealership. And we haven't made our decision yet, but we're going to see, you know, we started some inquiries and we'll see what to come back with, and we'll trade in value and all of that for the current RV that we have. But if that is the case, then we're going to be taking a road trip in our current RV to Texas for a trade-in. This seems a little dark right now. I don't know why it seems so dark. I'm just going to take that one brush and go back over it and kind of blend it out a little bit, make it not quite so severe. So we might be going to Texas in the next week or so. And that will be the longest trip that we've ever taken in the current RV that we have right now. We'll travel out in that. Probably take us 2 days because traveling in an RV takes longer than traveling in a car. So we'll pack, you know, we'll sleep somewhere one night. I got a hair. So it all depends on which one. I mean, the one that we put in Georgia obviously would be more convenient, but we definitely want to save the money. So, all right, now this, I know that there's also one in here from Thrive, but it's, I'm not going to spend the time looking for it. This is also from, this is Ulta Beauty Liner Brush, and I'm gonna take Jet Black right here, and I'm going to outline my eyes. My eyelashes are so light that I feel like I need a darker liner and mascara to make my eyes even obvious, you know. So I'm gonna do a little black line. And I much prefer using eyeshadow as my liner. I try not to do much pulling out here. I'm just holding things straight, but I'm not pulling out. My stepdad lives in Texas, but it's still not closed for him, so we may or may not be able to see him when we go out there, if we go out there to do this. But that being said, I have not figured out yet. Obviously I can film while we're going, but I have not yet figured out how to edit and upload on the go. And I mean, I've been on YouTube now for just under a year, and I have not figured that out. I haven't had to, you know, I'm usually home. So if you guys can tell me the best way to do that, what I need to edit and upload without having to, obviously I can't bring my office with me. So it would have to be, and my laptop is an older laptop. It's not exactly set up to, I will probably need to buy a new laptop. So anyway, my whole point of this is that I may have to go a minute without uploading anything till we get all that taken care of. I mean, I'll film, and then I can upload when we get back so you can see what we did, you know, how the trip went, whatever. But I have not figured that out yet. I am so not a techie person. Honestly, I got my Instagram this year. I mean, I've been on Facebook since 2009, but I am not I don't even have a Twitter account. I guess my thought is, why do I need all of these different accounts? You know, it's more to keep up with. My dogs have an Instagram account, and I have my Instagram account, and then my Facebook. All right. Starting to see my eyes again. Put that away. I've been using this, you know, I rotate my mascaras every 3 months. Emily told me to buy this one. It was the Ulta Beauty Twisted Volume, and I pretty well like it. When I first opened it, it was a little too wet, and it's been a couple of weeks now, and now it's the right kind of consistency that I seem to like, and I don't seem to have any fallout from it. So I'm going to use this. Give me my eyelashes. It's funny, I don't want it too dry and I don't want it too wet, so it's like the Goldilocks syndrome. Has to be just right. I wish there were a couple places in Texas that we could go to, but I mean, it's just already, it would be a two-day drive out there, probably 2 days at the dealership, and then a 2-day drive home. That's 6 days. So I don't know. There are several of you that live out in Texas that I would love to meet, but you're probably not right there, and you're probably spread out so much that I wouldn't get the opportunity to see everybody, and I wouldn't want to have to pick. But I would love to meet Favor. She and I are talking about doing a collaboration. Just neither one of us, our schedules haven't lined yet. Just our communications and back and forth there, but we want to do a collab. Anyway. Okay, now I need a little bit of blush, and I still am loving my bright pink color that I got from MAC. This is the Dainty, because it's still summery outside. I feel like I can still get away with it and not have to go to a fall shade yet. So, just so I can have some life in my face. And I'm only going to put chapstick on for right now. I'm not really doing anything at this moment to need lips. So, my whole point of the whole story was I may have a week that you don't hear from me. All right, I'm going to do some curl in my hair, and I'm still using my T3 wand, the thing that's, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to. The clips on the bottom of each side of this have broken off. I found them on the floor, and my husband said, "What is this?" See, this side is really, really loose. So it's like not connected anymore, but so far, it's getting hot. I'm still trying to use it. I don't know, do I want to curl my hair? I've got my sleep hair. When I sleep, it does this crazy thing here. I don't think I want to curl it. I think I just want to flat iron that one little spot and smooth things out since I don't have anything major planned for today. Tomorrow will be Mother-Daughter Day. She's got a dermatologist appointment in the morning, and then we're gonna get together. And I may or may not be picking up my granddaughter tomorrow. It depends on if her mother gets home today. They're playing in there. I don't know if you're seeing them go by, but they're wrestling. Hey, you guys are getting noisy. So I did get a new flat iron because I needed one for on the RV and one at home. So I put my T3 on the RV because it's smaller, and I bought the Babyliss Pro Prima 3100, and I kind of wish this one was on there because it locks shut, which is really nice, but it is longer than, and I also love the whole swivel cord here, but it is longer than the one that's on there right now. So I don't know, I guess things might change as to what gets left on the RV depending on how often we're staying in it and for how long. As if we're going to be staying in it for a month at a time, I'm definitely going to need some different products on there. Right now I've got everything is in travel size, sample size, you know, my older products and whatever. So that was how I decided to do it. That was actually a really good way to use up some of my sample boxes, things that they sent. I'm not feeling my hair, but I'm not feeling like going through the whole curling process today. This may end up in a very short pony. That's why I don't wear a pony very often, is my hair is so short and so thin. Oh my, that back looks terrible. It's all stringy. I did actually throw away a sample of this. I don't remember what it was called, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, so I'm not going to call out the name even if I remembered it. But it was supposed to make my hair feel textured, and all it did was make me feel like my hair was really dirty. So that was actually a product that I did not use up, that I just decided to throw away, which is a very unusual thing for me. I will usually suffer through something just so I don't waste it. My husband thinks I'm nuts. You know, it's so hot outside, I may see if my granddaughter wants to go swimming when she gets here. So another reason why not to spend too much time on my hair today. I will have a Nordstrom haul video to do either tomorrow or it's going to be what it is, either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm waiting on one more thing to come. They shipped it separately, even though I ordered it all at once, and one got here really fast. One box got here really fast, and one's taking its sweet time. So as soon as everything's in, then I will do a Nordstrom haul. And I may not be keeping everything that's in these boxes, but at least I'll show you what I've purchased. So, and what some things maybe see. You can see how dry my hair is back here. What is it that I'm seeing? How? I can't tell what I'm seeing there. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I did really good here. So it's been, it was 45 minutes, but normally this would have taken me probably 20 max with hair and everything if I wasn't sitting here chit-chatting and whatever. So I will have a code for these Teami Konjac Sponges. I'm going to probably use the lavender one next and then the chamomile one. They do feel really nice on the skin. I actually put one on the RV. Obviously I didn't have to use a makeup washcloth or anything, so it also saved me laundry. So I'll put a coupon code below for these and a link to get them below. So I do really like them. You can see it feels really nice on your skin. And I'm sure there are other companies that make the Konjac sponges, but these are the Teami Tea Infused Konjac Sponge. And there's green tea, lavender, and chamomile. And it says replace every 2 to 3 months. So that's big, you know, in saving of the laundry and space saving. Look at that. And it's really cute. My bathroom is mainly greens. I think that's why I wanted the green one in here. But again, check the description below for a link and a coupon code to try those out. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to end this for today, and I'm going to go get ready for my appointment, and I'm going to go pick up my granddaughter and spend some time with her. So I hope you guys have a very happy day. Come back and see my next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.